All right, Pistons, beat the Boston Celtics. I wanted to get to this a little bit sooner, but it is what it is. It's a game that Celtics came out, punched them in the mouth. I mean, I remember last year Celtics came to Detroit. Their first visit, Jason Tatum, he dropped like 25 points in the first quarter. It looks like Jaylen Brown understands that it's his assignment last night, and he came out smoking. Him and Pritchard shot the ball well, but the difference with the difference tonight or last night and a home opener was Jalen Duren. He was the difference. Him and Asar Thompson is so offensively aggressive. They're just a good mesh of guys, bro. I really think they got a really good mesh of guys. Obviously, you won't see much of that guard with the dreads. I don't know his name. You won't see much of him once Karis LeVert come back. But they're aggressive. Duncan Robinson is it's a beauty to see him shoot the basketball. Him shooting that rock. I mean, it get him something they really didn't have. Tim Hardaway was a better defender, but he didn't knock down them shots like Duncan Robinson did. But the difference is they did the OKC Sam Presti thing. They banked on development, and now you're starting to see it. Asar is super aggressive. Ron is super aggressive. JD came out. Oh, the boys won. I don't think he should have got ejected for that game, for that bow to Amon Thompson. I think it was inadvertent, but the Celtics wouldn't go away. They had a lot of timely shots. Derek White hit some threes, and Cade right now is on autopilot. Yeah, Cade right now on autopilot. Yeah, he on autopilot. It just looks too easy. He just know, okay, if I need to pick it up, I need to pick it up. This year, with Asar being aggressive, Duncan Robinson, spacing the floor, and then you got Ron, I need to find more ways to get Ron minutes. Tobias played well, and just seemed like they mentally strong. Even when they got down like that, got up to like 20. They fought. And before you know it, at the half, they was leading by a point or two or whatever it was. And seemed like K got help this year. Seemed like everybody got better. Thompson jump shot got better. Ron Hollins looked more. They got to find a way to get Ron more minutes. And if they can't give him more minutes right now, when Karis come back, it's going to be hard. They got to get him more minutes. He's playing with a supreme amount of confidence and aggression. He is very aggressive right now. When Tobias Harris is in aggressive mode, he could be in aggression. He's being aggressive. They're a different basketball team. He was out the kill yesterday. He made some shots, posting up, and Celtics on 3. I think people are like, oh, I'm shocked. Orlando actually lost to the Bulls too. So the Bulls, they rolling. So, but just guys that you needed last year. The guys that you needed to be aggressive last year, offensively, they stepping it up. So, they stepping it up. So, that's what they needed. They need them dudes to be a threat scoring-wise. And Asar Thompson is out there. It's only 3 games, but he on an all-star trajectory already. Playing defense at a high level, offensively at a high level. He's just more in attack mode. And I guess, him having an offseason to get stronger, him having an offseason to trust the blood. He had the blood clots and just fighting through that. Now he ain't got to do it. K game is just so easy. I can assist. I can score when I need to get a bucket. I can turn up. No idea. K just naturally want to make the best play possible for the Pistons. Now you can do that. Now they're looking for Robinson, and Robinson is just dunking. It's just a beauty to watch him shoot. I think it's different here than being in Miami. Hero doing this here. And I ain't saying they selfish in Miami, but here they if you open, you're gonna get the ball. Stu hit some big shots, hit some threes. He hit some shots. So, in reality, it's just they still got that chemistry. They still got that chemistry. They still got that chemistry. So when you still got that chemistry like that and it didn't drop off, kind of look at Boston. They trusted their process. They really did. They still do. You can just see how they play. Had some guys I hadn't heard of before, hit some key shots. But they play with certain type of continuity. Thank you. You got the hell on. So you play with a certain level of continuity that they play with. I think they'll be all right. They 0-3. They'll figure it out. Got rid of some key pieces, but they still got Pritchard, White, Brown's got something to prove. So I think they will figure it out. Eventually. But for the Pistons, right now, the pit bulls are scoring now. A defensive pit bull, Stu. He kind of last year, kind of like he didn't shoot the three as much. Whatever that was about. He focused really on the paint. This year, seemed a little bit more comfortable. The jump shot looked a little bit more comfortable shooting. So, but Durant is more offensively great, and that's what it was. Individually, they defended great last year. Then eventually, they defended as a team. Then after defending as a team, it was just like, okay, man, Durant, you hurting us offensively. Sorry, you hurting us offensively. Ryan, you a willing shooter, but you still hurting us offensively. A lot of guys came back, offensively more aggressive. You just trusted in. They trusted in the character of those guys. They would get better, and they have. That's the difference. Should they have beat the Bulls? They came out lackadaisical. The Bulls came out with something to prove. We came out like, okay, then we got to prove something. You had to get smacked in the face 1,000 times. So, yeah, but Pistons, man, they just enjoy to watch. They're a fun basketball team. Them, Minnesota, Denver. Watching the Rockets. Okay. See, those teams share the ball. Those teams share the ball, and that's what I love about it. The ball is just not dominated all game by one guy. They share the ball. So, good win for the Pistons. Came down by a dub, at least a dub, and came back and got the dub. So, check out Detroit Pistons post-game reaction playlist. Hit the link tree, find me on X, Facebook, Kick, Twitch, the whole nine. Peace.